Hello and welcome back to the A Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Amir Hamid. Joining me today will be Brant and Mauro.
How are you?
And Mauro Cesario.
Hey.
All right, we've had a long day. We're all a little loopy. We've recorded 2 other podcasts, so we might be talked out of it, but we'll try to.
We're gonna rally.
We're gonna power.
We're gonna rally hard.
Yeah, real hard.
As hard as we can.
Stuff is happening. You know,
Everything is happening.
well, I mean, I think we honestly say that every podcast.
Yeah, but this time everything is happening.
Except not much is happening.
Last week things happened as we finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Browns!
Go for dog pound, baby.
You can just join us more.
I mean, you don't have to be a Giants fan anymore.
Yeah. All right. We're going to start with the most boring sport, but with the most boring guy. Mike Trout signed, 12 years?
Signed for the rest of his life.
30-something million.
Good for him.
Record deal, biggest contract ever signed in professional sports. Not a big
By
deal.
a significant... The list between like them or him and the other professional sports is nuts.
Yeah, it's like $100 million.
Yeah. It's insane.
But I will still contest. Mike Trout is underpaid, ladies and gentlemen.
He is... you're not far off.
If we're looking at like the average annual per year, he's at 35, and there's people above him that Brant says, but I'm not. What I saw, like he was only above the next top guy by like $1 million. So I think Greinke's at 34. So the fact that a guy is like of Mike Trout's caliber, he's not getting paid in the $40 million range. Yeah. He should have reset the market. Not reset.
Yeah.
But his deal, if he is this incredible of a player, Mickey Mantle level player, like that's the comp that I always get with Mike
there's
Trout.
comparisons to him being the best player of all time.
And it's
the
justified.
Stats are, they're there.
But he should be paid as such. And we're saying he's underpaid and he just set the record.
I thought he was going to get $500,000.
Yeah, like if anyone was going to, it was going to be him.
Yep. So he's behind Strasburg, who's making 38.3, Scherzer, who's making 37.4, and Greinke, who's making 34.5. So that puts him as the 4th highest paid in the per season
per year
in the MLB, and he is hands down the greatest player in the league.
Ever since he's come into the league, he's been an MVP.
Yep.
MVP
candidate on a shit team.
Yeah, which leads to my question: like, he one, I think this is a discount. 2, he could have waited to sign this deal, and then he would have gotten paid more. It's an absolute fact. If he had waited until, was it 2020 or 2021 when he's a free agent, he could have raised that price, maybe even over $500 million.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, but I think like Mookie Betts is going to get this.
Well, Mookie Betts is going to get a contract on this level, I'm sure.
So
I don't want to give it to him just because he's going to be 28 at the time.
And you're telling me Mike Trout can't get a lot more than Mookie Betts, or at least a significant chunk.
What I'm saying is, like, with all these contracts, they never end up being that great.
No.
With this, it'll be fine because Mike Trout is Mike Trout. He
should still be good in 12 years.
Yeah, like he's the one superstar level player where I'm okay with paying him the most salary ever. And he deserves it. And he should have gotten more.
There's a tweet from Spotrac. In 2021, the Angels will have $81 million of their tax cap, 38.5%, wrapped up in Trout, Pujols, and Justin Upton.
Not great.
38% of the taxable cap.
And that's the thing. Like, why would you want to be on that team? What have they done to?
What have they done for him? Ohtani, cool. You spent a lot of international money.
Ohtani wanted to go there.
Yeah,
they didn't really.
They spent a ton of money to get him.
No, they didn't.
The international pool was stupid, was it not?
No, because they set the cap at what you wanted. There was a cap, so that they could only offer so much.
So it was Darvish that had a stupid
Darvish
amount.
was the 200-something million. Like the posting.
Thank God the Jays never did that, eh?
Yeah.
It would have been neat.
Yep.
Speaking of the MLB, it starts kind of tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah,
They're starting in Japan.
So it's a Japanese series between Seattle and the Athletics.
Oakland, yeah.
Yeah. Which is really cool because Ichiro Suzuki longtime MLB player, one of the best players
MLB
of our
All-Star.
generation. MVP.
Most professional hits of all time.
Yep. He's
Asterisks.
going to play this series with the Mariners, and then he's going to retire after. Which, like, kudos to the Mariners for giving him this opportunity. Like, I'm sure if they weren't playing in Japan, they wouldn't have done this. But
No.
it's an awesome thing that the fact that he's built such a fan base.
In Japan. He's a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're giving him the start too. That's nice to see.
Yeah. And then they'll take him out at some point, give him the ovation he deserves, because he's helped progress the game of baseball, and he should be commended for that. So we just wanted to mention,
especially in Japan, like he's grown it to like so many guys want to come over here and play, and you see guys like Aoki.
He started like the wave of guys coming over.
They all like mimic what he's
like
done.
The Daisuke's, the Chingman Wongs, the
Yu Darvish,
Otani, Tanaka. Like, you look at all the guys that have like idolized him.
Yeah.
And like, can you picture another Japanese player like before Ichiro? I can't.
No. He was like it for our childhood, right?
He was the fact that he's like their first star.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of another sport. The fact with
there's not many.
It's tough because he's a trailblazer in some ways. Like, when you see Canadians in the NBA, like, that means something. When like but
we still don't really have
with Steve Nash, it wasn't born in Canada, but like it still meant something.
Yeah.
That he was Canadian.
Yeah.
But like when Anthony Bennett goes first overall, even though it didn't go
it was huge.
it was still incredible because he was the first Canadian to do it. Andrew Wiggins, even though he hasn't panned out like the way everyone thought Maple Jordan would, it's still really cool to see, guys where you're from succeed and be looked at in a good light. And Ichiro has done that for the Japanese people.
Yeah. It's good. Give him a quick shout out. I love it.
Yeah.
So the Jays.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a bad year.
Well, and you got to get through the hard times.
And there's only one way to get people to come to games, and that is lower the price of everything. Except tickets, apparently.
Yeah, well.
So the Jays they announced shortly after our last podcast that they are going to be serving $5 beers in more certain things. It was what, 3 places you said in the concourse?
Last week they originally came out with the whole $5 beers, and now today they came out with like the Five Below. It's only being served at 3 select stands.
Yeah.
So it'll sell out by the third inning.
One per the 100 concourse, 100 level concourse, one for the 200 level concourse, and one for the 500s.
If you've ever been to Jays games, you know how long you have to stand in line as it is. That's going to be a nightmare if there's only one spot doing it.
Absolutely. But I mean,
it's cool.
It's cool.
And I mean, I'll probably stand in line.
That hot dogs, popcorn, nachos, and
everything,
cheese, ice cream,
everything.
It's like pretzels, it's cool.
It's great. Gives us some sort of reason to go
for sure. And it's not
even
unreasonable.
Though Ticketmaster still wants to sell tickets at $40.
Relax. It's not unreasonable, the prices. That's the thing.
What? Ticket prices or food prices?
Food.
No,
food.
Yeah. It used to be a farce.
I'm sure like the chicken tenders is still like over
pizza is still $13 a slice.
Yeah.
Pizza's like $5.75.
But these traditionalist things of baseball,
your baseball stuff.
Buy
me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Yeah.
I'd rather not. You'd kill me.
Don't buy them your peanuts. But we're having fun out there. The Blue Jays are going through some shit.
Well, I don't even know if they're going through some shit. I think they're just setting ground rules. Like
they're cracking.
What we're talking about is that they implemented a curfew on video games.
They're going through a bit of a culture change, I feel like, because Montoya's coming in. He set the curfew on video games before games, right? So like apparently the time is 11.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's for day games or night games.
I assume both.
But I mean, 11 for a 1 o'clock game is a lot different than a 7 o'clock game, right? Like it's.
Yeah.
I didn't really fully read into that, but I know it's 11 for some of them. And
so then look at it this way. So if it's a 1 o'clock game and it's for 11, then that means it's 3 hours before game, or 3 hours before game time.
So then it's probably like 4 o'clock for night games or something.
Which.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I think that's actually a good time.
You're not cracking down on it.
If it's 3 hours before, that gives you enough time to get ready and get prepared for the
At
game.
least it's not a full crackdown like, no video games.
Yeah.
Because I understand it because, like, David Price had carpal tunnel last year from Fortnite, right?
I don't want to say it was 2 years ago, but yeah.
It was 2 years? Okay, within the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
And, like, I'd understand if you didn't want it, but I like the way they did it.
You can't blame them. Like, if they had said that they were just taking it out, I'd be fine with that. But the fact that there's a give and take, and I've liked what Montoya's done and said, like since he's become Jay's manager.
Along with the culture change aspect, though, did you hear Ken Giles and David Polino?
No.
That whole story? Okay, so David Polino, apparently he was like, I don't know if he didn't show up to the drill or he just didn't participate, but they were doing PFPs. And he just wasn't doing it, didn't want to do it, blah, blah, blah. So Ken Giles went at him and just started chewing his ear off. He's like, you don't care about this team. You don't want to do this. You're not good enough to be sitting out, blah, 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 and just ripped him to shreds.
Really?
And he just went off on Polino. Apparently nothing was said to Giles. Like, it was just like, yep, that makes sense. And I get it. Polino's not old enough to be just missing out on these spring training drills.
Yeah. Which I like Giles doing that, and I also don't, because his reputation of being a hothead.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not a fan of it, but also you're trying to instill a culture. I do like that.
You need somebody to step up and take that role. And if Ken Giles wants to be that guy, then sure.
Yeah.
It's either you or what?
Kevin Pillar.
Yeah.
Marcus Stroman.
Justin Smoke. Like, who's your
does
veteran?
Not say anything to anyone.
Exactly.
Like, Kendrick Morales is the biggest veteran guy that I think the Latino guys look to.
He doesn't even speak English, right?
Well, the Latino guys, that's what I mean. Like,
but there's what, 4? 5?
I mean, look at the guys that are.
Yeah, I mean, the core is, he's helping the core, but like as the team in general, it's like there's nothing to look at.
I don't know. Like, you have guys like Gurriel, Teoscar, Vlad
Vlad
right now.
Vlad and May. That's it.
Even Bobuchet, I think, speaks Spanish also.
Does he? But he also mainly English.
Yeah.
So
no, he definitely speaks. I think it's the intention is good.
Yeah.
Execution.
Honestly, apparently it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, apparently the way he did it was great, because it was like he called him out in front of the team, and it was like they understood, and apparently nobody spoke to Polino after.
That's awesome.
Like, they're like, you know what, buddy, he's right. Fucking get your shit together.
Oh, yeah.
So
no problem.
good for him. I love it. It's good to have some sort of leadership, anyways, in a season that looks like it's going to be a train wreck.
Instilling a culture.
Yep.
This is like the year before Austin Matthews.
Yep. Figure something out.
That's the best I can relate, like, analogy.
Yeah. From a bad team, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Starts next week officially.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Well, Vlad sent down Bo.
Oh, was he? I missed all that.
Yeah.
Alfred.
Well,
Anthony Alfred, and
which I agree with.
Yeah.
Because
it would have been nice to see him up.
Well, he's got to prove it at AAA. He hasn't done that.
No.
So I agree with that.
But he proves it a little bit.
I hope that they trade an outfielder to free up a spot for Alfred.
Who? It's going to be Pilar. Yeah.
Even Gretche. Why wouldn't a contending team want him?
Yeah, because you don't really have a use for him. Nope. He's not that young.
Nope.
25, 26? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's a piece that you could get guys for, prospects and stuff. So.
A prospect, like a B level prospect? Yeah. Like a bottom top 100 guy, maybe.
Is Buckles in the rotation to start the year?
I'm not sure if he's going to be ready.
No.
In time, short spring training.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Let me pull up if he is in the projected rotation.
Last I heard, he's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think at the start of the season that he could be ready.
Especially given his
it's like a week.
He's been injured a lot.
It's a week or two away.
It's a week. It'll be a week tomorrow.
That's crazy.
The 20.
No, Thursday. A week Thursday.
Yeah, sorry. It's 28.
So 2 days. Yeah, but yeah. No. So right now he's not
projected to be there.
No, he's not, because
he'll be there in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So I guess they go Stroman, Shoemaker, Sanchez, Baraki, Richard.
So I think, does that guarantee that Richard's not going to be in the rotation?
It guarantees that Baraki's in the rotation.
So then Richard.
Here. That's what the key is.
Yeah.
So if he's not good, then you can put him AAA. You can put him in the pen.
Yeah.
Or if Brucky, because I think he's earned a spot this spring, then you can.
I think he earned a spot before he even hit spring. I don't think he should have had to earn a spot.
Agreed.
He carried
with a young team, you always want guys to earn it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, Clay Buchholz not going to be ready, likely.
Do you want to move on from a bad team in the MLB to the best team in the NHL?
The Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, yeah, but then like the other guys that are also pretty good.
Oh, some president guy?
Yeah, so Tampa Bay effectively just guaranteed that they're not winning the cup.
By winning the
President's Trophy. So 6 teams since 1990 have won the President's Trophy and gone on to win the Stanley Cup. There's a combination of the cup and the trophy. It's the Kofi. Wow. They've 6 teams since 1990 have won both. 6.
Red Wings in 08, maybe?
Red Wings are one of them. Red Wings are like 3 of the 6.
Got it right.
If anyone is going to buck the trend, it's going to be the Light.
There's been some good teams, man, that didn't win the cup.
The West is deep this year.
I don't think it's the West team that beats them. I think it's an East. I don't think they make the Stanley Cup.
Gonna win.
I don't think they make the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
I think they're.
It's not the biggest limb you're going out on.
No, I think they're gonna walk the first round. Obviously, it's gonna be. You know what? It might be cold. What do the standings look like right now?
Like a team like Columbus could Columbus.
That's just what I'm saying.
No,
Columbus is second wild card right now.
So that'd make for a good series.
So, Columbus, Tampa Bay, that might beat you up a little bit. Bob could steal you.
It depends on Bob.
Yeah.
Bob can be a shill, or he can be an absolute stud.
No idea, right?
He's just flailing in the net, but just not allowing goals.
So now you're going through the team that made the biggest splash at the deadline in Columbus, and then you're going to have to face Boston and Toronto. Mm-hmm. And if it's Toronto, you're probably going to go 7 or close to it because Toronto can play with them.
Toronto can play with them. It'll be interesting to see at that point, after battle-tested first round for the Leafs.
Yeah,
how they would fare.
But if it's Boston, you're going to get beat up for at least 4.
Oh, absolutely.
So now you've done all.
Boston is so weird. It's that top line and then just a bunch of grit guys like Backus, who's getting paid ridiculous amounts to
$6 million.
They've got Johansson, Mark Johansson.
Who's a good skill guy. Yeah,
Charlie Coyle.
But he's also
he's not good.
No, but he's big.
Yeah, I'd rather have Ryan Donato in the lineup right now than Charlie Coyle.
Well, I think Ryan Donato's just
that made no sense to me, but
he's finally starting to get it because I think he's put in a role.
Yeah.
To succeed.
But anyways, you're going to face one of those 2, and then after that, you're getting likely Pittsburgh or Washington. Mm-hmm. So now you're facing a juggernaut.
Yep.
It's a tough road. And I wouldn't be surprised if the trend continues.
The Stanley Cup is the toughest title to win.
Yeah.
So
it'll be fun.
They're going to be battle tested either way. Like they're not going to cakewalk through the league in order to win.
They have a plus 96 goal differential.
Also, Kasperi Kapanen is back for the Leafs.
Yeah.
And look at that top line. Austin Matthews and William Nylander. Who was right?
It won't last.
Who was wrong?
No, who's right? They look like shit over the course of their past 4 games.
No, they haven't.
Oh my God.
What are you watching?
The line looks great. The team looks like shit.
That's not their fault.
The team, there's no depth.
Kadri's line was buzzing when he came back.
Who?
Kadri's line.
They were not.
Yes, he was. He looked good.
He looked good. The line sucks.
Whose fault what?
There's no depth in this team anymore.
And now you have Kasperi Kapanen on his line.
Who's not William Nylander. You put Nylander there and you put Kapanen on the first. The depth is a hell of a lot better than having the 2 of them on one line.
Brown over
Connor Brown needs to be out of this lineup.
Yep.
No.
He's not good, man.
Goat.
Patan. Dude, Goat's in the lineup. It's going to be Patan.
I know. It's
when Goat is
Brown's just been bad.
It clicks.
I think it's bad asset management if you sit Brown. It's a 4th line.
It's not though, man.
Live with it.
It's not. He doesn't make that much.
Yeah. Makes look really bad.
Who cares?
Well, what I mean is
trade him at the end of the year then.
No, they are, but it just doesn't look good. They just get scored on.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were jumping.
No.
All right, but should we go into the Buds?
This might as well.
An incredible week for the Buds.
Oh my!
This
is the hardest week I've ever had to be a Leaf fan.
for no reason.
And like we've been bad in. No, there's definitely a reason.
But
that Ottawa game,
there's also excuses for it.
No, that Ottawa game, you can't tell me you can get shelled even with with the amount of guys you had out. You're still playing the worst team in the NHL, and you got outplayed significantly.
Yeah, that game was brutal.
Horrible.
They were down 2-0. I was like, man, I want to bet some money on the Leafs come back here. And
man,
God, I did not.
I've never turned off a Leaf game before. I turned that one off at 4-1. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous.
It was.
They looked bad. Sparks was fine. Yeah. Sparks looked good for 2 periods. Yeah. He got shelled. It was like 38 shots.
That's the thing. Like, people shit on Sparks, and I'm like,
you can't say them all.
Scenarios that you put him in.
Cody Ceci standing there wide open to take that shot.
Well, look, every time it's on a back-to-back, and the team's tired in front of him, and you expect him to put a Freddie Anderson performance together, and that's just not likely.
No. It's one thing to say you're tired. The systems just looked like shit. That Cody Ceci goal, there's 5 guys on the right side of the ice.
I think the players are just tired.
There's 5 guys on the right side of the ice. What part of being tired doesn't put one of you on the other eye?
Theory, I think I was on Spin and Cheglets, that the Leafs are basically locked in to play Boston, and
they're bored,
disinterested at this point. Yeah.
But do you not want home ice?
I know, and it was attainable, and if they
still is, but
I don't know.
They're 4 points back.
It's tough.
It's 9 games left, 4 points to gain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Tampa's plus or goal differential is?
A lot.
Take a guess.
I don't know. Like normally,
wasn't it like plus 70 or something?
Plus 96.
Jeez.
You know what the second team is?
Is it like
is it Calgary?
Team?
Isn't it?
It
Calgary?
Is Calgary. Do you know what they have?
Oh, it's probably like plus 40. It's not even close.
Plus 50. They're like 40 goals, 46 goals left in differential. That's nuts.
What do you want us to say? Tampa scores.
Yeah. Can we start Sparks more?
No.
Why?
That's not the time.
Freddie needs a break.
Does he?
Yes, man. He's been bad.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Give him a rest.
I don't know if that. Why does a rest help?
Because he's just drained. Okay. He just doesn't. He doesn't look like Freddie. He looks like he's.
Some of those goals were pretty
bad.
Yeah.
He hasn't let in a great goal in the last 3 starts he's had. So why not? There's 9 games left? Give 5 to Freddie, 4 to Sparks.
I could argue the same opinion. Well, he's not right. Let's get him right and get him in the net playing
but
games.
He's obviously. It's not that he's not right because he's off. It's like he's right because he's gassed because he's playing way too much.
It's fatigue.
That's what I mean.
He's been hurt this year.
Yep.
And you brought him back and you're like, all right, get in there, play every game. You can't do that.
He's not playing tomorrow.
On a back-to-back.
Yeah. Well.
Great. He shouldn't be. That's common sense.
Sure.
He looks hurt almost.
Yeah. It looks like the toll from the last 2 seasons is maybe catching up to him a little, which sucks. But that's one thing. Like, I don't know what happens in 2 years with Freddie, because I don't know how you re-sign him.
He walks and we pull up Ian Scott. I don't really care.
Yeah, maybe. But, like, he's been so rock solid for us.
Yeah, he's been incredible, and he should be a Vezina candidate every year, but
those guys just don't grow on trees.
No.
As we've seen with Jonas Gustafsson.
What is he? He's like 32? No, he's not that old. Is he?
Freddie?
Yeah.
27, 28.
He'll be 30. I don't know, man. Father Time, his goalies are really hard.
They do.
Yeah.
And he's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
He's 29, turning 30 this year.
So he'll be 31, 32 when he's 31. Done.
Can't sign him to a longer,
yeah, I don't know. Honestly, that's a conversation you can't have until his last season.
Yep.
Because that'll be closer to what he is.
Mm-hmm. Anything else in the NHL?
Go Yotes.
Yeah, my Yotes. Darcy Kempa.
They're hot, man.
They've been playing really well.
Except yesterday against Tampa.
Yeah, but everyone starts against Tampa.
The thing is, though, they weren't even playing bad. Jeez, let's go.
Play.
Oh. Freddie.
Bud's down. Brian Boyle. Couldn't score for the Leafs.
Oh, gotta love it.
Score for everyone else.
When do we worry about this team? Like, is there a point?
No.
Like, if they lose the next 3, do we be like, let's press the panic button a little bit, or
I don't know if you can.
what? Worry?
Yeah.
I'm
the regular season.
I'm a little worried.
I am. But I don't know if you let people know.
Have you seen the teams they've played in the last 5 games? What is it?
Sens, Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Tampa.
Yeah. Sens, worst team in the league. Blackhawks out of the playoff picture. Vancouver out of the playoff picture. Philly out of the playoff picture. The only good team they played was Tampa, and they look like Ottawa, essentially. I'd be a little worried.
I would be also, but it all depends on Freddie and Jake Gardner.
They're already down 1-0. They've allowed 3 shots and haven't taken any. 5 minutes in.
They've controlled possession. It's because Nashville's on a power play.
That's bad, man.
Help that the Bruins are up 2
as
well.
Yep. So going back to what I was saying, I can't even remember now what I was saying. I am so drained. These 2 other things we've been talking for the last
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Jake Gardner being out and the defenseman.
But he might not be back.
That's what I mean. Apparently Dermott's close to coming back.
He's been skating,
which is nice. But
when Dermott comes back, who's
the
your
lines?
Yeah.
I like Justin Hall.
Hall's look good.
I like
is
Justin
the line
Hall up in the lineup.
Is the line?
Yeah.
I mean, ideally it'd be Riley Dermott.
Yeah.
Hainsey Hall,
preferably. Hainsey Hall will be fine. Yeah. And then Muzzin Zaitsev. Zaitsev looks fine with Muzzin.
Haven't heard anything for the last how long?
Nope. For the first half of the year, that's all you heard.
Zaitsev isn't bad. He just needs help.
He's making too much is the problem, and it makes him look worse.
And that's not anyone's on the least fault.
No. The man to blame is on the
peanut
Islanders.
Head looking ass. Lou Lamoriello.
Yep.
Looks like a worm.
He's an ugly man.
Remember that worm? Some cartoon worm. Let me try to pull it up. That's what he looks like. It really reminds me of that.
That's quite the analogy.
Really does. Anything else in the nihil?
I don't think so.
Can't find
Something's going to hit us later, but we'll move on to the NFL.
Yep.
So Kareem Hunt finally had a suspension announced.
Yep.
8 games.
It's
I agree with it.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah, it's basically a full season.
It's 2 4-game suspensions apparently.
Oh, really?
From what I read.
Okay.
Yeah, that it was 2 separate incidents. Because it's 4 games for the initial thing, that's why it's 8 games.
Huh. So
I'm happy they didn't appeal.
That's what I was going to say. When it first got tweeted out, I kind of quote tweeted. I'm like, I can't wait till he appeals this and plays all year anyways.
Yeah, but
then he didn't. So
I don't feel bad in a way, but I
don't feel bad.
No, from the sense that he sat out 6 games last
year. Yeah. So this almost brings him to a full season, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But by the letter of the law, I get not counting the weeks that he was on the commissioner's list, but I mean, that's a suspension also. So for those that aren't pleased with the fact that he's out there and playing, he's going to be playing next year, take that into consideration.
He is missing a lot of games, and I feel like he has a bit of remorse.
No, I think
it's not an excuse.
Well, in the part where he's not appealing the suspension, which good on you.
Yeah, I mean he's just accepting it. He knows what he did was wrong, and I think he's working on being a better person. I hope so, at least.
Yep.
But go Browns.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Any comments on
how great the Browns are going to be this year?
Yeah, Mauro.
No comment.
Go Browns.
I mean,
that was Mauro.
We ended up picking up what's his name, Golden Tate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great, Golden Tate.
Number 1 wide receiver.
He's
Golden
a real
Tate.
good comparable to OBJ.
Oh my. And then apparently they're saying that they aren't
the Giants
interested
really,
in Haskins.
Man,
so I don't know.
These past couple of years, the Giants have really missed out on this golden opportunity. Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh no. Apparently they're shopping Sterling Shepard. That's what I heard.
You could say that it was a shot to their Tate.
I love that button.
Any other puns? You want to keep going?
You want to just keep breaking poor Moro's heart, just rip it apart a little bit.
Tuckered out.
Yeah. Anything else?
I feel like we've just lost it. Like we have nothing left.
Yeah, we are
The
so
energy
tired. Yeah.
is just empty.
It'll be a real short podcast.
Yep. March Madness started.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Final four today, or first four today. Sorry.
Yes, sir. This is the best weekend in sports coming up just because
It's fun.
it's so wacky and
Yeah.
wild. Like, you could not watch any NCAA games all year. I don't know if you guys do. Like,
I do
watch,
not.
Don't
I
watch
watch
anything.
Yeah, I watched
I
Duke
watched a
games
little
and
bit
that's
of
it.
the Duke.
Yeah, just because
Just of the hype.
Go Duke! But, like, this is all about upset city and, like, seeing guys, like,
Lose their mind over brackets.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, like, I
Last
don't
year?
even do brackets, but, like not really. But
Apparently, you have a better chance of picking a perfect bracket than the Marlins do winning the World Series this year.
wow,
I'm gonna make it happen.
they're right.
Last year on my first pick, who was it? Virginia was one of the one seeds. Had them going all the way to the final and winning it, and they went out to a 16 seed.
Yeah.
So that
If
was-
Virginia loses again to a 16 seed, ban them from the tournament. What?
Yeah.
So
That's fucking bad.
I mean, it could
Yeah.
be me as the curse because I also took Duke. So
Do
who knows
not
what
take
happened?
Duke. Do not take Duke.
Let's see what happened.
Take
I
Duke.
took UNC in one and I took Duke in the other just to hedge my
What
bet.
the
so.
fuck kind of fandom is this? I picked the two rivals. I hope to see Zion be like Zion, like we know he is.
Who's your pick to win it?
My pick, Duke. Come on.
Duke's the unanimous.
It's just a consensus across the board.
Consensus unanimous favorite.
No, for sure. And the thing is, like, with March Madness, literally there's 7 teams that can maybe win it, roughly every year, and that's fun that there's no perceived favorite.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot to go off on this podcast about? Leafs Twitter is fucking brutal.
Okay.
I hate, it's not even just Leafs Twitter, it's kind of just hockey Twitter. Because, like, they go off on I was saying earlier on one of our other podcasts that there was this account that was just ripping JT. And, like, how he's lazy and he doesn't do this. And, like, you look at the responses, there's some horrible people in this world. Like, horrible.
Yeah,
But
people suck.
yeah, like, they're ripping on him, and it's like you're using comments that, like, you shouldn't be using.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, what the fuck,
you
man?
treat these athletes like they're not human beings,
No.
which is absolutely ridiculous.
And then on top of that, people, like, they just start arguing things, and it's like, I love watching Montreal Canadiens fans get involved.
Yeah.
Because mid-season, it's
They're
like,
the
man,
worst.
look at us. We're fucking sick. We're going to pass Toronto, and
Where
we
you
have
at
this
now,
team of
buddy?
nothing. And now they're at the bottom, and it's like, well, where's your argument now? And they're like, well, we weren't expected to win anyways. It's like,
Like,
well,
what?
fuck, dude. You
Yeah,
can't
you
be on
can't-
both sides.
yeah.
I just,
Nobody's-
I can't handle Twitter.
Yep. And you can get away with absolutely
Anything. You just say whatever you want. Nobody says anything back.
It's ridiculous.
Twitter's a hellhole.
Twitter is a blessing and a curse.
That there's still this train on Nylander too.
Yeah,
On how
but
he needs to be
except
traded and he's not
been
good enough.
Phenomenal.
He's been their
He literally just
best
drew a
player
penalty.
in the past, like, 10 games.
And yet you don't want him to play with Matthews.
That's different. It's not because he's not
What a
good.
concept, playing your
He
best
needs to be
players
their
with
third
best players.
He needs to be their third line center.
Yeah, an elite player needs to be an elite third line.
Needs to be their third line center.
I want to provoke
No.
a big reaction out of Amir. We just brought up Nylander. So like last week,
Yeah.
I bought a Nylander jersey
Yeah.
for $50.
Did you?
I already had a
Toronto
Nylander
Arenas one.
Ooh.
Retinas?
Arena.
I bought the first jersey of the group I bought was Nylander. I love Nylander.
So I just wanted to know your thoughts. That I now own a Leafs jersey.
Did you
And I-
not?
and I- and
own
I
a
s-
Leafs
and I-
jersey?
You didn't own a Leaf jersey before?
No.
What the
I obviously had one growing up.
Mauro,
but
biggest Pens fan out there.
I might mute Mauro for the rest of the podcast.
I haven't owned a Leafs jersey since I was like 10.
I have,
Oh.
I've never had one
I
in
have a
between.
fake
Do you have
Matthews
one?
jersey. I have a fake Matthews
Okay.
jersey, yeah.
I have like 7. So the fact that you didn't have any is kind of
none in between. Like we still have like our old ones, the old CCM ones.
Yeah.
But I've never had anything in between.
Yeah.
wow.
I didn't have any number on the
It's
back.
Sundin era, and then now, like it just there was a big gap, huge gap for me.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Morrow, not the biggest Leafs fan.
apparently not.
Bigger Pens fan.
Apparently,
Shut your
at
mouth.
least I only have
Shut your
I have
mouth.
2
Shut
Pens
your mouth.
jerseys. I have
Shut your mouth.
7 Leaf
I have
jerseys.
3 Penguins.
Suck a cock.
What now?
No.
Oh well,
The fact that he has 3 Pens jerseys.
Oh, 2 Pens. Oh, you have 3
I
Pens.
have 3. I have a Sid, a Phil, and then just a
Oh.
regular.
I'll fill your mouth.
I went to Pittsburgh and I almost bought a Phil jersey because they were.
That's why I bought my.
Yeah, they were on sale. It was like the older, like the not the ones they have now, but before.
That's exactly.
Almost bought it. I didn't have any American cash left. But
Boo-hoo. You couldn't buy.
Phil the Thrill, Leafs legend,
Yeah.
2-time Stanley Cup winner.
Fantastic.
In this corner.
NBA real
trip.
quick, and then we'll peace out after quick pod. Kyle Lowry injured his right ankle after a collision with Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks. The Raptors were up 30-something. Yes, he should have been in the game because it's the third quarter. That's what teams do.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
They play basketball. So, look, unfortunate, yes, because like this Raptors team is like they are destined to never have this entire team together.
it. No. Are you concerned going into the playoffs?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, will they lose a game in the first round? Sure, probably game 1 because they
Yeah.
always do that.
Gonna
But
set
no.
Raptors
No.
Twitter on fire.
It really
so we
just
can
depends.
Complain about that.
It just depends on like where they finish in terms of where all the standings are. Are the Celtics and Bucks going to be on the same collision path so that the Raptors don't have to play in the second round? They can play Indiana in the second round, and they literally have a cakewalk to the Eastern Conference Finals. And you just hope that when a Philly or Milwaukee beat up on each other, beat up on Milwaukee and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, so that it's a little easier. But not right now. Not worried.
I'm worried.
Kawhi staying. Confirmed.
Kawhi's not
Serge
staying.
Ibaka, the most important Raptor.
Oh, I do want to mention one thing about basketball.
What's
Because
that?
like I was following some stuff and like I'm in like the fantasy semifinals. Like I don't really pay attention to the
No
basketball
one cares
pool
about
I'm
your
in.
fantasy teams.
Alfred Payton has like 5 straight triple doubles. That's
Jesus.
crazy talk. Apparently, like he's only like the 5th player in NBA history to do it.
You know what? I don't care. Alfred Payton sucks.
But he's
Still
up there
pretty
with
impressive.
Russell Westbrook now, and the rest of the crew
Who
who's done
cares
that.
about triple doubles? Oh my!
I just saw it, so
God.
I figured I'd pick him up, and it was
yeah.
worth getting my
Worth-
attention. So I
Congrats.
figured I'd throw it out there.
I think it's pretty interesting.
Well,
Thanks.
Do you want to talk soccer? I'll mute him.
Wow, what an idea!
all right. Is this it?
No, I'm gonna mute you so we can talk soccer.
No.
If you actually want to talk
Is
soccer, I'm all for it.
No.
is Juventus winning at all or what?
The Score released an article today ranking the remaining.
I love this soundboard now.
They actually did rank the remaining teams. Juventus is 4th, apparently.
Who's left?
Surprisingly, there's 4 English teams, and
Yeah.
it's really interesting because it's been a while
Is it?
since an English team has won.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so we'll go through the list of who's left: Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham.
Raheem Sterling's
Barcelona.
on Manchester City.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Soccer analyst.
Look at that. Holy. And then we
Which
got
one's Mbappe on? Is he on
PSG. They lost to Man U.
Isn't they on PSG?
Neymar. So yeah,
It's a pretty
Juventus,
sick team,
Barca,
like young sick team. Mbappe and
Mbappe, Neymar's pretty good duo that they got going on over there. But Neymar's been injured, so he hasn't been playing too much.
Did you see the photo of Trump today with the Brazil jersey? So they gave him a jersey. It said Trump, and then it said number 10. So then it was like
I need a collective group answer on this one.
They just stole Neymar's jersey. I'm like, yeah, they grabbed the number by the jersey.
I need a collective group effort.
up?
Should I trade Matt Kane in a 4th for Matt Carpenter in a 2nd?
Yeah. What?
Or Lorenzo Kane and
Yes.
a 4th for Lorenzo Kane and a 2nd for Matt Carpenter in a fourth.
Yes, because you're rebuilding.
Matt Carpenter over at Locaine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Done deal.
Let me look. I'll look it up in the rankings. I'll tell you after.
All right. Well,
this has been
a real short episode.
How long?
Really short.
We are at
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Oh, I'm good.
We've been consistent.
What episode
with
is
the rest
this?
Of our episodes.
We have just been falling apart time wise.
Maybe we'll come back on Friday with the podcast.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We could
Friday or Tuesday, one or the other.
What episode is this?
Today.
Yeah.
What episode is this? You know?
Oh, I'm pretty sure this is 14. I could.
No,
be
it's
wrong,
not.
Though.
It's 15. Vince Carter.
No, it's not. It's 16.
No, it's not.
16.
It's 16.
Mitch Marner, suck my dick. Let's go.
16.
Oh, here's a good one. Before we cut it, Mauro Camoranesi, the one soccer player I know that has my name. Ha!
16. Wow. I can't think of anyone other than Marner.
Thank you. Let me look it up.
I feel like there was like a flyer that was number 16, but
Bobby Clark.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, just Joe Montana, Brett Hull.
Oh. Yeah, no big deal.
Gooden,
Brett Hull. Oh, no, I was thinking Montana.
Len Dawson.
Yeah, well, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Some real new information on the A Sports podcast. Brant and Mauro's an idiot. And until next time.
Good sport, thanks.
Peace.